We got a problem. I actually worry about the next 3 months. I really do. I worry about the next 3.5, 4 months. We'll end up in a world war because of the people that we have. And I will end the war in Ukraine, stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent very definitely World War III. We're very close to World War III.
This is my video update on this Sunday afternoon, October the 13th, coming to you from Limassol, Cyprus. Let's talk about some news. And let's start things off with Professor Biden issuing a warning to Iran not to go after Trump or any U.S. government official because this will be seen as an act of war. This is what the Biden White House said the other day, warning Iran, don't try to assassinate Trump or any U.S. government official, because if you try this, then the United States will be at war with Iran. What is going on here? What is happening? What are they up to, man? What are they up to with this Iran trying to take out Trump or any U.S. government official narrative? Because Iran has not been involved in any of the assassination attempts on Trump. The Washington Post yesterday, in an article that I talked about in my video update, even stated that there is zero evidence that Iran was involved in any of the assassination attempts against Trump. But Trump has actually said that that Iran is going after him. He has said stuff like that on the campaign trail. Biden is talking about Iran going after Trump and warning that this would be an act of war. After the first assassination attempt, 2-3 days later, after Butler, Pennsylvania, CNN ran an article talking about how the FBI was investigating a possible Iran plot to take out Trump. But they said that Iran was not involved in any of the Butler, Pennsylvania stuff, but they were plotting against Trump, allegedly plotting against Trump, according to the FBI. But they didn't have any evidence. They never put out any evidence that that Iran is trying to go after Trump or any U.S. government official. They just kind of throw out the narrative that that Iran is trying to take out Trump or a government official. And I'm getting all kinds of WMD vibes from this. All kinds of Iraq weapons of mass destruction vibes, because this whole Iran going after Trump and U.S. government officials kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? This is nice, huh? Got barbed wire, nice photos of all the children playing sports, and then you have the barbed wire. That's a nice image. All right, a ramp to nowhere. So yeah, all kinds of Iraq WMD vibes going on. Oh boy, I get very worried when I hear these statements coming out of the Biden White House or the collective West media over and over again about Iran. Iran wants to take out Trump. Iran wants to assassinate Trump. We're investigating Iran going after Trump. No evidence. We have nothing that points to Iran, but we're warning Iran. I really hope they're not thinking about some sort of false flag, which will give the U.S. a reason to go to war with Iran. I really hope that this is not what is going on. Anyway, that is what Biden said, and NBC News, they are reporting that Israel has narrowed down its targets against Iran to military facilities and energy facilities. Now, NBC News is reporting that Israel has not ruled out nuclear facilities, going after nuclear facilities, but according to their sources, Israel is currently looking at hitting military and energy facilities in Iran. That is what NBC News is reporting. And let's talk about Project Ukraine now and what is going on in the conflict in Ukraine. And we are getting reports that the Ukraine military is retreating out of Donetsk as Russian forces continue to capture more and more of this town, this area of Donetsk, a very fortified area in Donbass. The Ukraine military is retreating, realizing that Donetsk is lost, and the Russian military, they will not be able to stop the Russian military advance, and Donetsk will fall to Russia very soon. There was a surprise attack in a town, a village called Levadonye. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. And this was a surprise attack by the Russian military out of the blue. The Russian military, they stormed this area, and they captured Levadonye, just like that. I don't think anyone had it on their radar that Russia would capture this town or village, especially this quickly. But a surprise attack, and Levadonye falls to the Russian military. Every day, it seems like Russia is capturing a new town or a new village, and pretty soon they will capture Bakrovsk, and that's going to be a big one. That is going to be a big defeat for the Ukraine military and for the Zelensky regime. So Podolyak, Podolyak. That name is ruined for me as well. I can't say Podolyak with a straight face anymore. Podolyak. He gave an interview the other day, and he announced that the victory plan will be made public to all the people of Ukraine, to all the people of the world. The victory plan will be published and will be made public. This is the victory plan that the collective West has said is not a plan at all. It is just a wish list and a victory plan that they have turned down. The collective West, the United States, almost all of the countries in Europe, maybe with the exception of the Baltic states and Poland, maybe some member states like I don't know, maybe Netherlands, Sweden, I don't know. But most countries in the collective West, they have rejected Zelensky's victory plan. Scholz, Macron, they have rejected Zelensky's victory plan. But Podolyak said that the victory plan will be published and will be made public for everyone to read. We're going to read Zelensky's very detailed and thorough victory plan that he has spent months putting together. General Zelensky, the military mastermind known as Zelensky, and his team of actors and script writers and TV producers. They have put together a Ukraine military victory plan to defeat Russia. Clown world, everybody. It is clown world. But the best part, oh my God, the best part of this victory plan. This is amazing. An amazing statement from Podolyak. The best part is that Podolyak says that this victory plan is not going to fail because it's based on mathematics. It's based on math. That's why the victory plan cannot fail, according to Podolyak. Oh my God. It's based on math. It's math, everybody. 1 + 1 = 3. We can't fail. My sources in Ukraine, in the Zelensky administration, as well as my sources in Germany, in the foreign ministry in Germany, they are telling me that Annalena Baerbock, she co-authored this victory plan with Podolyak and Zelensky because they needed a math wizard to help them create this victory plan, because they were going to base it on mathematics, and there's no better person to call to assist you when it comes to military victory plans based on math than Annalena Baerbock, right? The way we're going to win is by going 360 degrees around Russia, and then we're going to defeat them. That's how we're going to win. It's going to be a 360-degree 720i strategy. Oh, I like that. I like that very much, Annalena. Now give me a hug. Podolyak, Annalena, very good at math, eh? Oh my God. Our victory plan is based on mathematics. This is what Podolyak told the German publication Welt. It's tragic, man. It's oh boy. If you don't laugh, you cry, man. This is what happens when you put a clown comedian and his production team in charge of a country. Yeah. All right. So that's Podolyak. That's what he said. And the German publication Bild, they are revealing some information with regards to the meeting between Scholz and Zelensky that took place the other day. And Bild is reporting that Scholz, after meeting with Zelensky, he will not be providing any more heavy military equipment to Ukraine. Germany is tapping out of the heavy military equipment to Ukraine game. That means no more Leopard tanks and stuff like that, even though, from what I understand, Germany still has 300 Leopards in inventory that have not been destroyed by Russia. They're not going to give any more Leopards and other heavy military equipment to Kiev. That is what Bild is reporting. Bild also said that Pirate Scholz does not believe that Ukraine can launch another counteroffensive like in 2023. They didn't say Pirate Scholz, that's me. I'm saying Pirate Scholz, but Bild is saying that Scholz, he doesn't believe that Ukraine has it in him to launch a counteroffensive. 2023, with all of the equipment, all of the money, all of the equipment, all of the planning, everything that went into the big super duper counteroffensive of 2023, Ukraine was able to capture one small village. That's it, which Russia has now captured, by the way. But Rabotinya, right? But that's it. That's all they accomplished. And their military that tried to break through in the 2023 counteroffensive, spring-summer counteroffensive that offends me and offends you and offends everybody, they got annihilated. And Scholz is saying that Ukraine they don't have any more counteroffensives in them. So he's lost belief. The pirate Scholz has lost belief in Zelensky and in Project Ukraine. That's what this is basically showing. That's what Bild is basically admitting in their reporting. Bild also claims that when Zelensky met with Scholz, Zelensky had two asks of Scholz, two demands, according to Bild, from Scholz and from Germany. The first demand is Taurus long-range missiles, or at least that's what he wanted. He demanded that Germany give him Taurus long-range missiles to hit Russian pre-2014 territory. And the second demand, the second ask from Zelensky was fast track into NATO, Germany's support for fast track NATO entry. And Bild said that Scholz didn't tell Zelensky no, like right there on the spot. He didn't say no, but Bild in their reporting made it seem like Scholz was not interested, not interested in listening to Zelensky's demands. Now, if Scholz was a real leader, if Scholz had some cojones like Big Balls Trudeau, right? If he was Big Balls Trudeau, then Scholz would have told Zelensky, no, 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 no. We're not going to fast track NATO, and you're not going to get Taurus long range missiles. But Scholz is no Justin Trudeau, and he didn't say no, but he wasn't interested. Which is a Scholz, which is a no from Scholz. Scholz can't make a decision like this unless he gets the approval of the U.S. And Scholz understands that the U.S. is not interested in long-range missile strikes into Russia. That's crystal clear. And they're definitely not interested in Ukraine entering NATO. At least the Pentagon is definitely not interested in long-range missile strikes and Ukraine entering NATO. So that's what Bild reported on the meeting between Zelensky and the pirates. And finally, the Russian Ministry of Defense, they came out with a statement talking about how the Russian military has degraded Ukraine's energy infrastructure, making it very difficult for Ukraine's military to conduct war to the point of collapse, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. That is the situation that Ukraine's energy grid finds itself in. So yeah, that's not good. That is not good, because if Russia wanted to, if the Russian military wanted to take out Ukraine's energy infrastructure as we are heading into winter, though you would never know it from walking around Limassol, Cyprus. People are actually at the beach today, but winter is approaching. Winter is absolutely approaching, and if Russia wants to, if the Russian military wants to, then it could completely dismantle Ukraine's energy facilities, and that would be catastrophic for the people of Ukraine. That'll be catastrophic for Europe, for the EU, right? Because you would have a lot of Ukrainians seeking refuge in Europe. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians would look to go to Europe, and that would be a disaster for the European Union. And yeah, that's just another big problem for Project Ukraine and for the Zelensky regime. The problems just keep on building up, compounding for the Zelensky regime, because they refuse to call Putin and to capitulate, which is the right thing for them to do. And Yermak, Zelensky's entertainment lawyer, he said in an interview the other day that yes, Ukraine has ruled out, they've banned negotiating a deal with Putin. But Yermak said, now listen to this statement from Yermak. He said this doesn't mean that Ukraine can't negotiate with other Russian officials. You see what Yermak is doing? He's positioning himself as the guy who can negotiate and exit a deal with Russia, and an exit from the catastrophe, the debacle that is Project Ukraine for the West. With that statement, that is exactly what Yermak is doing. So yeah, he said it. We cannot negotiate with Putin. Yes, he's negotiating with Putin has been banned by law in our constitution. Can never happen. But we can talk to other Russian government officials about about a ceasefire or something like that, or some sort of a deal. Yermak's going to betray Zelensky, isn't he? Maybe not, but I don't know. I'm getting vibes that Yermak is positioning himself as the guy the West can look towards to talk to the Russians. As long as it's not Putin, he's saying, I'm game to talk to Russia. Maybe he's speaking on Zelensky's behalf. Maybe he's saying this on Zelensky's behalf, and he's saying, look, Zelensky, he'll talk to other Russian officials, just not to the Putin. Who knows? So that's everything for today. Let's do some clown worlds, huh? We've got a couple of clown worlds for today. The first clown world is Kamala Harris. She has published a letter from her doctor, and her doctor describes her physical and mental condition as excellent. Her physical and mental condition as excellent. And now she wants Trump to publish his medical condition, a note from Trump's doctor. That's what Harris is now calling for. Let's see, what did the doctor say? The doctor emphasized that Harris maintains a healthy diet, exercises regularly, does not use tobacco products, and drinks alcohol only occasionally and in moderation. In conclusion, he wrote that she possesses the physical and mental resiliency required to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. You heard it from the doctor. You heard it from the doctor, everybody. Oh, boy. And Spain, here's an interesting clown world. Spain, they marked their National Day with a promo video. And in the promo video celebrating their National Day, the opening segments of the video featured Moscow's Gorky Park. It looks like they took stock footage of Gorky Park, not realizing that was Moscow. Beautiful park, by the way, Park Gorkava, and they added it into their promo video to mark their National Day. They did choose a really nice park. That I'll give them. They chose a very nice park, but not in Spain. It's in Moscow. Anyway, there's that clown world. And finally, we have an ex-post from Brian Stelter, who at one point in time was working for CNN. Then he got fired, and now it looks like he's been rehired by CNN. And he posted this quote from Axios. Axios, quote, "A second Donald Trump presidency would usher in a new type of class warfare, empowering populists to steamroll mainstream experts on climate change, economics, and public health." And Robert Barnes, he replied to this ex-post from Brian Stelter with one word: good. Yeah, good, exactly. That's a good thing. Is Brian Stelter trying to get Trump elected? I mean, come on. He's making it out like that's a bad thing? No, it's a good thing, Brian Stelter. It's a good thing. You're going to empower the people? You mean a Trump victory is going to empower the people to question mainstream media narratives? All right. I'll vote for Trump. Fine, Brian. I'll vote for Trump. You've convinced me. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. TheDuran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and Twitter X. And go to the Duran shop. Pick up some merch, like the t-shirt I'm wearing in this video. You will find a link to our shop in the description box down below. Take care.
To reconcile differences, you need a legal framework. You need a situation where people are prepared to say that is the treaty or agreement or understanding. You certainly need leadership, because usually to get that framework in place requires the leaders of various parties or countries or factions to go beyond their own particular interest and try to understand the interests of the other side. And I do think very strongly you need the cultural bridge release. And Northern Ireland, which we might come to later, would be a very positive example of how cultural understanding has helped promote a peace which seemed so elusive for so long. My general message is respect for legitimate democratic aspirations leads to good outcomes. Disrespecting it in one way or another, and often surprisingly, can lead to bad outcomes for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.